Hi, my name's Kate. I am a high school math teacher in the middle of my 19th year of teaching. For today's Vlogmas video, I thought that I would share with you guys all about my digital organization. Most of what I do now and that I have and create, everything pretty much is digital. And so being able to have everything organized digitally, at least for me, has been a huge help. And so I'm one of those super organized. I like everything in a spot. I like things to be clean. I like things to be simple. So I will share with you guys how I have things organized specifically on my computer and then how I have things organized in my Google Drive. So let's go ahead and switch over to my computer and I will show you guys around. A quick look at my desktop. I have very few things on my desktop. So over here I have my folder for this year with all my files. So if we take a look into this, so I have very few things in here. So just a folder for each of the courses that I'm taking and then just 2 documents that I want to make sure that I have access to. And inside my college algebra is broken down my chapter 1 and chapter 2. So this is what I've taught so far. So inside chapter 1A, I have a folder for the warm-ups that I've done. And then I have a copy of all of the different classwork and homeworks that I assigned, a copy of the Word document, and a copy of the PDF document. Now, there are a few assignments that I only have the PDF copy, and that's probably because I didn't change it from last year. So I've got the same thing in my chapter 1B, and so on as we look through this. And then if I go to my pre-calculus, it's set up the same. So chapter 1, I've got my warm-ups and then all my classwork, homeworks, quizzes, assessments, all of those things within each of these folders. And my quantitative reasoning is set up the same way. So unit 1, my warm-up, and then all of the different classwork, homeworks, and the tests associated with that. So I like to keep my folders very simple, very minimal so that I can find things easily. Now I do have on my desktop access to the same thing. Okay, there's a little bit more in here, which I find I don't really go to those, but last year I taught college algebra, so I've got the same thing, my chapter 1, and there's my part A, so I've got the files that I used last year, and part B, the same thing. And I've got all of those for the whole year, along with my final exams, and then the same with my pre-calc, my chapters, and a few other things with the syllabus and all of that. But again, I've got my warm-ups in a folder here. I don't have PDFs because this is before I was using my iPad last year. And then I've got my classwork assignments and homework assignments here. The other folder that I access is this quantitative reasoning. This is from previous years from my old school. And in here is just my Google Drive copied from my previous school so that I can look and see what I did, use some of the information from there. You know, I've got the tests and whatever, and I can build off of this. So this is really all I keep on my desktop. Taking a look at my Google Drive, so my main drive folder, again, very simplistic. So the current year that I'm teaching, last year, this is because our school uses Canvas and that's built in. And then I'm keeping just any TPT purchases that I have here until I organize them into wherever I'm teaching. So my drive for this year looks very similar to the folder. So I've got the 3 courses that I'm teaching. I've got the book PDFs that goes along with my college algebra and pre-calculus, and then important school documents. So that's the phone list, that's the master schedule, those sorts of things, letters of rec that I write for students, my subplans I keep in a folder, and then just some things that I want access to. And now that open house is done, honestly, I can move that off of the home screen and just have access to these calendars. And so inside, like my college algebra, I have each of the chapters that I am teaching this semester right now. And then unlike my folder on my desktop, I have this broken up by day. So this makes it easier for me when I'm adding things to my students' Canvas calendar. So in day 1, I have a Word doc copy of the classwork, I have a PDF copy of the classwork, and then I have a filled out copy, and this is what I post to my students on Canvas. So I keep those, and I like this just kind of organized by day. And then when I have, my warm up, my classwork filled out for each of those days, and the same with each and every one of the chapters that I have. So here I've got some classwork, I've got some homework, there's a quiz that I gave, warm-up that I gave, answers, so I'll dump any PDF copies of things that I'm going to post on Canvas, get put in here. I also have a link to slides that I start the day with, so I have those linked here so that I can access those easily. And my pre-calculus folder is set up the exact same way. My chapter 1, so I've got each day broken up here. Chapter 2, again, the same thing. So when we go into one of the days, I've got my classwork, compositions of functions, so classwork, PDF, filled out copy of the classwork that I gave my students. Here is a copy of the homework that they did, and I just have that PowerPoint copy. So I do put the Microsoft Word and the PowerPoint copies in here as well. In case something happens, I do back up my desktop, but this is just an additional backup. And my quantitative reasoning folder really looks the exact same. And then here are my book PDFs for just the different chapters as I scan those pages because my students don't have a textbook. So this is really just all of what's in my folder. My subplans has my school logo on there, so I'm not going to open that and show you, but I just have the subplans organized by date. That's how I name my subplans, is the date that I'm absent, and so that it makes it easy to find. So this is all I have for my digital organization. I really try to keep things minimal, try to keep things organized. Now, next year when I teach 2026, 27, rather than continuing to just to have more and more years on here, I will create a folder on this that's old years, and my 2024 will go into that old years folder so that I only have my current year and then the last year available so that I can pull from my last year. And then again, if I need to pull things from previous years, I have those. They'll just be dumped into a folder over here. I would love to know, how do you keep things organized? Are you a organize things by year type of person like I am? Do you have things organized just by topic or by standard? Or is your desktop a hot mess? And hey, no shame on that. My personal Google Drive is an absolute mess. I've got stuff everywhere. I can never find anything. But my school drive, got to keep that organized because I am in there constantly. If you guys found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That just lets YouTube know that this video was helpful, and it helps it get out there to other teachers or other people that are looking to step up their digital organization game. If you are interested in following along with my journey as I teach, please subscribe. I do upload videos every Friday and every day here during Vlogmas. I hope you guys have a mathy day. Bye.